Oh, to be honest with you, I haven't spoken to her in years.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's no ill will or no. I have nothing but love for her, and we had. It's funny because we dated each other at a time. Wow, I haven't talked about this in a long time. It's interesting, but
But you've never talked about it to me, so
Well,
it's okay.
hey,
Okay.
let's get it in,
Let's
girl.
get it in.
Well, Britney Spears would have to sit, relax, and of course get ready for a law battle between herself and Justin Timberlake. That's because Justin is wanting to take a legal action after Britney did claim that, she had apparently allowed Justin Timberlake to force her to commit an abortion. Remember that earlier Britney Spears came out with her memoir, The Woman in Me, claiming that Justin Timberlake made her commit an abortion. Right? Well, looks like the camp of Justin Timberlake have officially responded to the BS that Britney Spears said earlier and want to fight back in the system of justice. So let's see how very dramatic this, a laugh story turned into a heated banter go on social media, not just social media, also in court. Well, this is the Change Helping Actions. Officially, we do welcome you to a platform. Like I have been talking about, please do also subscribe. It's very important. And also get yourself ready for the big announcement because something massive is about to happen on this platform. If you're a subscriber over here, you really have to chillax and wait for the big surprise this Christmas. All you have to do is just to keep the comments coming, okay? Comment, share, like, and of course, get the word spreading on our platform. Just share, okay? So people also get to let themselves know the best what is happening within the world of art entertainment. So without wasting much time, let's get into the details of the story. Now, we all do know that Britney Spears was the first person that launched her book titled The Woman in Me. Now, in that explosive book, she mentioned so many interesting, things inside her memoir. People also read so many things. I mean, I'm still yet to finish the book, though, because I'm still wanting to finish the Jada, story. But I've got so much to read. Oh gosh, it's not easy trying to get information or gossip. Honestly, it's not easy. So we try our best. Okay, so do forgive us if sometimes we get some hitches or inconsistent reports, out there for you. But it's all part of the business. So what is Justin Timberlake talking about this time? Now he is very offended about the claims of Britney Spears. Remember that earlier, due to this whole allegation of Britney saying that Justin had made her commit an abortion in the past, blah, 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 he eventually, vacated from his mansion that he lived somewhere in, I think, Los Angeles and flew all the way to live in Mexico. So it looks like he was not really comfortable with people tagging him as one that really is irresponsible and not really standing firm to defend or, hadn't stand firm to defend Britney Spears in that turbulent time of her life and also watched aloof whilst Britney go do the abortion and didn't really show so much affection to that. Now, looks like Justin Timberlake wants to settle issues once and for all. So reports we do gathering indicate that Justin Timberlake wants to take legal actions on Britney Spears. And honestly, I'm just thinking out loud and asking myself, how really are they going to, is he going to prove this in court? Or how is he really going to make sure that people really believe that he didn't, first of all, have any sexual intercourse with Britney Spears, also didn't get, Britney Spears pregnant, thirdly, was not also aware that Britney was about to commit an abortion? All these three questions come to play, and I'm asking myself, how is Justin Timberlake going to? I'm not saying that what Britney Spears is also saying is true. I mean, we all have our true sides to every story. There's always a false story, and another story that also tells the truth or telling the truth. So, in these two stories, I really do not know which one to believe. Ever since Britney dropped her book, I haven't really paid so much attention to it. It's just some of the sneak peeks that really have been popping up on the controversial ones so far that really have been popping up on social media that sometimes catches my attention. Then I'm really sometimes itching to go see or read some just part of the portion of the story, but I haven't really glanced through so much. So do forgive me if I do not have so much information about that. But we all do know that she openly came out inside her book. I mean, it's stated inside the book that Britney says that Justin Timberlake made her commit an abortion. And it looks like that abortion has really caused her so much pain. Right. I mean, no woman wants to go through such a pain and be left out like that without any support or help from your partner. And so basically, maybe that was the reason why she felt pained and needed to write about that inside her book. So I am all for it if she's telling her story in that particular matter. No one can stop anyone from telling their story how it is. So I do respect her for that. But dragging in, what they call, on the other side of Justin Timberlake, who is telling otherwise. Now, it's making the story a bit capricious over here. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to make, or it's not making sense. It's giving more like who is telling the truth in this conversation. Well, if one person is the one telling the truth, well, they have to go to court and settle their differences. Well, we are just here to bring you the information. So anytime we do hear any information about these two, well, trust us, we'll get you the first hand information. But let's check out some interesting. For those of you who may not really have a view about this whole banter between Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, take a snippet of this interesting visuals we've compiled for you.
We were teenagers, and
Yeah.
and
Famous teenagers.
yeah, and I think that
Question. And so,
what question is that?
okay. What do you think is going on with Britney?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I haven't spoken to her in years.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's no ill will or no. I have nothing but love for her, and we had. It's funny because we dated each other at a time. Wow, I haven't talked about this in a long time. It's interesting, but
But you've never talked about it to me, so
Well,
it's okay.
hey,
Okay.
let's get it in,
Let's
girl.
get it in.
We were teenagers, and
Yeah.
and
Famous teenagers.
yeah, and I think that's basically the best way to describe
Really good.
what happened to us, and I think she's a great person, and I don't know her as well as I did,
Yeah.
I dated her when I was a
How
teenager.
many years ago was that? You did.
I believe it was 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and we haven't spoken since.
So is everybody speculating about what's going on? Is she having a nervous breakdown? Is she?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. Is that what they're speculating?
Yeah. some
Oh,
people
okay.
are.
What I can say about
Loved Justin so much. I always expected us to have a family together one day. This would just be much earlier than I'd anticipated. I think Britney wanted it for the long haul. She wanted to marry Justin. She wanted to have a family with Justin. She has sex for the first time in her life with Justin, according to her own sharing that. And then she said that Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. He said we weren't ready to have a baby in our lives, that we were way too young. If it had been left up to me alone, I never would have done it. To this day, it's one of the most agonizing things I have ever experienced in my life. She's talking about her abortion. The narrative, obviously, in Hollywood is that abortion's empowering. And she's just blowing a hole in that entire narrative, saying this was devastating, one of the most agonizing things in my life, and it was an abortion I didn't want. She was surprised, but she was excited to be pregnant. She felt pressured, but she could have chosen life. And I think this is important to say because I think we need to empower women and encourage them to do what's right despite pressure they may face. We have to obviously eliminate pressure, but Britney Spears was very successful at the time, one of the top pop singers in the world, and she got pregnant. But what held her back was the man next to her. Now, this is all alleged, of course, but this is her accounting of it. We've been reporting on coercion and abortion for years. A lot of studies have been done on this, and 64% of post-abortive women say that they felt pressured to have their abortion. So this wasn't like they woke up and they felt like, yay, I'm going to go choose abortion gladly. They felt pressured to abort.
Young woman having an abortion with her very public relationship and then being forced to go back out on tour and then having that same guy you got pregnant for write a song like Cry Me a River. This bombshell really had my head spinning. I was quite shocked by this information. I knew when the book came out, when there was talk about the book coming out, there were a lot of celebrities who were very upset about it and they immediately got to their lawyers. And I was like, well, what could she possibly have to say? And if this is the first bombshell, this book comes out later on this month. Now I understand why everybody is running around. I'm sure Justin's camp is probably doing major damage control right now, but it's so very interesting. Everybody's waiting to see this book, but this book originally was supposed to be 320 pages. The final book is only 288 pages. And I'll tell you, as a person who's published a book, they always want more. They're like, actually, we want you to write another chapter. So the fact that they've taken away pages, this is just making me think, well, if this made the book, what didn't make the book.
According to Britney Spears' memoir, she was pregnant with Justin Timberlake's baby back in the year 2000, but both of them agreed to have an abortion. We heard there were going to be bombshells.